All right. This is Jackie, and I am here with Derrick. Minute After Midnight. I wanted to say congrats to signing to Fearless Records.
Thank you so much.
As you know, as someone who has listened to and interviewed many bands on their roster, what is unique about your particular sound?
Well, I think I'm a culmination of, all of Warped Tour, I think, put into one. I think my music really touches, it hints at a sense of nostalgia, but it's still like originally me. I don't think that Minute After Midnight, you can hear influences from all of these other bands, but like when you listen to Minute After Midnight, it's very clearly me. And yeah, I think that I'll go with that one.
I would agree. There is that sort of classic Fearless Records sound to those who are longtime listeners, but there's also a modernity of like, this is not from 10 years ago, this sound. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I call it modern nostalgia.
I like that. I'll go with that too. How does your single Masochist, or what does the song Masochist say about you as an artist?
So I think I definitely don't encourage any form of self-harm because, a masochist is someone that harms themselves for self-pleasure. But with the culture, emo music itself, I think that that's kind of glamorized in some music. I'm not want to say, any songs, but I mean, we've all heard, Hawthorne Heights before. So like, okay. But I think that it's just letting people know that even like at the level that I am and in my life, that I still also struggle, with dark thoughts and feelings and expressing that with, just with a really like uplifting message, and the music itself is kind of happy. So it's like really just an outlet, I just want to like inspire people to find safe and healthy ways to express, the darkness that, we all deal with sometimes.
I like that. How was that song born? Did it start with the bridge, a lyric, a beat?
Well, I usually always start with the instrumental. So I think it started with really actually the bridge was the chorus initially. And except I had, goodness gracious. Basically, I had the line, "These scars all over my skin remind me I'm a masochist," but it was actually over the bridge part. And then when I went and worked with my buddy Matt Good, we kind of shifted things back and forth and like came up with a happy undertone under it. So it really started with "These scars all over my skin remind me I'm a masochist." That was like the initial line. So
was your friend like the Matt Good? You dropping names now?
oh, the one and only. Yeah.
Very nice. How's he doing these days?
He's doing great. He is in his golden era. Everything that he touches, I would say, turns to gold at this point. And I'm just so incredibly proud of him and
excellent,
just blown away. Yeah,
very
what he
nice.
does. So
I saw the music video. Who came up with the treatment for the music video for the song?
So I did. I actually sent that to Ori. I wanted the black and white checkered floor. I want to incorporate the crystal ball and create kind of some form of like cohesive story, that was like within like a modest budget. So it the original idea was kind of like a magic show. So we dialed it back just a little bit and created like this little world that was like, there's a little things hinting. I'm hoping that as we move forward, it's like a cohesive story. So like I don't plan on the vibe ending with that video. That makes sense.
Are you gonna Aerosmith us? Are you gonna make us like watch a trifecta that has a through line?
That's the goal. That's the goal. If we can accomplish it with the team, and that is 100% the goal. So
I absolutely dig that. What role do you think music videos have in 2025?
Oh goodness, it's interesting because music videos are expensive. They require a lot of work, whereas you can post a TikTok and do 10 times that amount for nothing. But I think they just solidify your brand. Most importantly, we don't have VH1 and MTV like doing music videos anymore, but I still think that they are relevant, and it just makes for the brand is what I would say.
I was checking out the fan reactions because I think sometimes that's really interesting. And I noticed that you were commenting to some, we've got Let Me Sleep 1858 said, glad I was scrolling YouTube today. My ears have been blessed. What's a comment like that? How does that make you feel?
I mean, gosh, I'm just so grateful to be here. And I mean, really, it's just humbling. Like, this is, all I really ever wanted growing up. And to finally be in the shoes I've always wanted to feel is, it's quite an unreal feeling. So.
And I love that you take the time to kind of reach out to fans and thank them and things like that.
Yeah, they're the reason, like I've always wanted to be an accessible artist because like I remember being young, like messaging, like a big artist. And if they did message me back, I was like, oh my God, and like I mean, I'm still thinking about it to this day. So I was like, if I can do that as much as possible, I'm going to continue to do that for as long as I can.
How do you balance advertising a new song or advertising news that you've signed a record deal, and also being an authentic human being who doesn't want to come off as fake?
Well, balance, I don't know that I really do balance it very well. I kind of, I kind of wake up in the morning, I'm like, yo, what can I do to move this forward? So my dopamine literally comes from creating posts and responding to comments and seeing the fans' reactions, just because like, I mean, it's just genuinely what fuels me. But balanced is a weird word because, I gotta like, am just crazy half the time. So
I don't think any of us have found that balance. If anyone does, if anyone answers that question differently, I feel like I owe it to everyone to share that answer, because I don't think anyone has found that.
Yeah, let me know.
Now, the band formed in Nashville almost a decade ago, correct? How has your sound evolved since songs like Too Far Gone and Ride With You?
So I started the band in 2016. We did a record that actually never came out, and just basically things just kind of fell apart. And I actually gave up between, I want to say 2018 to around 2019, 2020. I'd kind of let it go. And then the universe just kind of lined some things up, and I made All Over Again. And it initially wasn't even going to be a Minute After Midnight song, but after like hearing it, I knew in my heart that this was like, this needed to go on. This is actually who I really am. This is the most authentic music that I've created. And yeah, that's what I would say.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So that sounds like the reason why now that you've signed to Fearless, why is now the time to work on new music? Are you thinking about an EP worth or an album worth of music?
Well, I don't want to say too much, but we definitely expect new music next year, first of the year in spring. We have Ghost Reimagined dropping on December 5th. So that'll be the next song that comes out, but definitely expect more music in 2026.
And what is influencing your songwriting right now?
Well, it's crazy. Like the music that I listened to in 2008 is just literally, I still feel like the best music. Like listening to, I think Grand Theft Auto by Fall Out Boy came out before, because I got From Under the Cork Tree. Then I found Take This to Your Grave. And I feel like that album itself just really like sculpted me as an artist, along with like My Kim and From First to Last and all of those artists. So it's just really what me and Matt call it is channeling the beam. So we just get out of our own way, let the universe give us the idea and run with it.
Awesome. So what are some of your goals for the next year coming up?
I would really love to, I definitely want to tour. Doing some opening slots for some bigger bands I think would be great. And I'm hoping, come 2027, maybe midway through, we're ready to headline some rooms ourselves. So.
And what does success feel like to you?
Interesting. Gosh, that's a hard question. It feels like a warm hug from my mother, I guess. I mean, really it is, I stumbled forward to get here. Obviously I dealt with the hills and the valleys. I dealt with so much doubt, questioning whether this was for me or not. So it's like, to be here now is just an immense amount of gratitude and humility, because like I knew what it took to get here. This wasn't an overnight thing for me. So I will never, ever take this for granted. So
excellent. Well, stay tuned for a lot more from Minute After Midnight. This is Jackie. Thanks to Chorus FM. and in the key